Hi, do you have low vision? Do you love computers, but they're hard for you to see? Well, then you're in the right place. Welcome to Linux in Focus. I'm Brian. I started using computers in 1994 using Windows 3.1. And just to be clear, I'm not trying to present myself as any kind of expert here, just a guy that may have found some ways that can help some people that have the same problem that I have. After 20 some years of using Windows, I got tired of mandatory updates, Microsoft's complete control of my system, and high-priced software. And at that point, I made the decision to switch 100% to Linux. On this channel, we will be looking at Linux operating systems through the eyes of someone with low vision and finding ways to make it easier for us to see and use it every day. In this first video, I will be showing you Zorin OS 16.1 Core and how I customized it to make it easier for me to work with, and hopefully it can make it easier for you to work with so you can enjoy using your computer again. So with no further delay, let's jump into Zorin OS 16.1 Core on Linux in Focus. Here we are on the Zorin OS 16.1 Core desktop. If you've downloaded Zorin Lite, these steps are not going to work for you. It's a different desktop. The Zorin Lite uses XFCE, and the Zorin Core uses a heavily customized GNOME desktop. So we're going to get started with Zorin Core. Maybe we'll do Lite another time. So what we're looking for is a way to make the screen easier for us to see. So let's go down here to the menu button, and we're looking for settings. Sometimes I have to use my phone to magnify, but right here I can see settings. So let's click on that. And when we go to settings, we need to search for accessibility. So we're going to go up here to the search bar, and we're going to put in access. And we see accessibility. So we'll go over here, and I don't put the accessibility menu in my taskbar. I don't generally like that. But if we go down there, we see it's under Seeing, High Contrast. I don't turn that on either. It's too white and bright for me. So let's go down to the next option is Larger Text. Let's turn that on. And then under that is Cursor Size. Let's choose a cursor size. You can see we're down at the way little tiny one. So let's go up here. I usually go to about here and use this one. After you choose that, close this box. Then under that you'll see Zoom. So let's check that out. Click on Zoom. You see there's a switch here to turn Zoom on. Let's turn it on. Sorry it took so long to zoom. It's because I'm recording. Sorry about that. It came up at 2, and I like it a little bigger, so I'm just going to jack it up to 2.5. So here we are at 2.5. Still a little white with not much contrast to me and hard to see. And this color effects caught my eye the first time I saw it. So let's try that. Click on Color Effects and see what it does. It gives us a choice to choose white on black. So let's do that. I've played with these and they don't make much difference to me. You might want to try it and see what you think. But I like this. It gives it a pretty good contrast. Makes it a lot easier to see. So let's go out of here, close this. And then we'll close the settings box. And then the taskbar caught my eye. I don't like how clear it is. So I clicked on it and found taskbar settings. Then I went up here to opacity, background opacity, turned it on, and jacked it all the way up to 100. And to me, it makes it a lot easier to work with. It makes it solid and easier to see the taskbar. So now let's close that. And after using it for a while, I found out these settings worked pretty well for me. I could read the text pretty good. I could read documents. I could function on the computer pretty good. But what happened was when I looked at pictures or when I tried to watch Netflix, everybody looked washed out, and it looked like they had a halo behind their head, and it was more or less a negative effect on a lot of pictures. And I found out after doing some checking that was the color effects that did that, and that we could use a dark mode. So let's try that. Let's turn off the color effects. So I'm going back to settings and click on settings here. And under accessibility, which is we're still there, we're going to go to zoom and turn off color effects. So we got to click on color effects, turn it off. Now hide your eyes because it's going to get really white and bright. Here we go. Back to the bright white screen, which makes it really hard for me to see. I don't know about you, but let's close this. And we can go put it in dark mode. So let's go back to the Z, to the menu. Everywhere you're in Zorin, everything you do, you got to go back to this menu button. I want to make sure you see that. And then go to Zorin Appearance. Under Appearance, we've got all kinds of other things, but let's go to Theme. And you can choose dark right here. There we go. That makes it a little easier to see. But after using it for a few days, it wasn't dark enough for me. I liked the contrast of the white on black, but I didn't like the pictures being messed up. So after doing some digging, I found out that we could download another theme. I found one called Nocturnal Midnight. It's nice and dark. So we have to go to Chrome. I already had it open for the interest of this video, so we could do it quicker. And it goes, and I'll put the link in the description. It's gnomelook.org, and we're looking for Nocturnal Midnight. So once we get on that page, after you click on the link, go down and choose Files. See right here where it says Files? Click on that, and then scroll down, and you'll see the different nocturnal choices. You might want to try some of them. But if you click on Nocturnal Midnight, it will download to your downloads folder. So let's do that. All right, now let's get out of Chrome and go to the downloads folder. So here we are looking for the downloads. Let's go to downloads. And you see we've got Nocturnal Midnight zip. So right click on that. Go down and choose Extract Here. And you'll see it puts a folder there with Nocturnal Midnight 1.6. Now let's make sure you give it plenty of time to extract. And once it extracts, right click and go down and choose Copy. All right, in order to copy, we have to go to, after we copy, we go to Home. So let's go to the Home folder. And we're going to be looking for the .themes folder. And a dot folder is a hidden folder. If it doesn't show up, hit Control H, and your hidden folders will come up. And then you should be able to find .themes. Now, if you don't find one, create one. Create a new folder and create themes. But we're going to open this and copy into it. You can see I've already done it. But let's copy this Nocturnal Midnight into the .themes folder. After it copies good, give it some time to make sure that it puts all of it there. Close it. And now we need to go to Software to download the software, we need to put that theme in. And I will put this in the description as well. Let's go to software. Go up to the top. Click on the search. And put in Gnome Tweaks. Gnome. You can tell that I can fly when I type. All right, and it came up before I even noticed it. Click on Gnome Tweaks, and you can tell that I've already got it installed because it says launch and remove. But if not, you'll have it. If you don't have it, you'll have an install button right here. Click on that, give it time to install. After it installs, close out of the software. Go back to the Z again, and in this box, the search box down the bottom, put in tweaks. And then go up to the top, choose tweaks, open that. And because we're looking for a theme, we're looking appearance. So click on appearance. And under applications, go over, and since it's in dark mode, it says Zorin Blue Dark. And we're going to click here, and we're going to look for Nocturnal Midnight. Ah, there it is right there. So let's go ahead and do that. You see how much darker it is, and the contrast is so much better. So then go down to Shell, and let's do the same thing. Nocturnal Midnight. Right there. So let's choose that, and then it gives our menu a nice dark look. All right, after we close that, I'm going to show you one more thing that I like using that you might like, you might not. I don't know. So let's go to settings again. After we get the settings, we're going to look for keyboard shortcuts. So go down here to keyboard shortcuts. If you look at keyboard shortcuts, there's all kinds of ways to do things with your keyboard. Under accessibility, you can turn your zoom off or on. And you can see I've already got that set. I set that to Shift Control Z. That's how I turn my zoom off and on. Here, watch. Okay, Shift Control Z, and it comes back on. You can set a shortcut. I lost my place, I'm sorry. You can set a shortcut to zoom in, to only zoom in. And that I do that, Control, Shift, and an up arrow. That's what I use. And then you go up here and click Set. And then you can go back to your menu. There's all kinds of things you can do with these keyboard shortcuts. If you scroll down, you can turn your volume off and on. You can mute. You can do all kinds of things. You can close windows. A very handy tool. I love it. It works great for me. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. And as we move forward, we'll do other operating systems. And y'all give me suggestions on things you want to look at. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.